Hello, we are Group 6 and we're presenting Epstein-Barr virus. The team includes Amanda Bueller, Melanie Ontiveros, Nikki Nuuso, Andrew Wynn, and Francis Ozwulu. What is Epstein-Barr virus? The Epstein-Barr virus is a lymphotropic herpes virus that causes infectious mononucleosis. EBV contraction. Some of the common contractions include contact with infected oral secretions, and also the transfer of saliva during kiss. This is most common in young adults. The less possible methods include blood transfusion, bone marrow transplantation, sneezing, and coughing. Here is an example of how you can get mono.
I've just been so tired lately. Yesterday when the little man and I were wrestling, he dropped me in 10 seconds.
I got him with a power kick.
Hey, you bought Tyler a new ice cream cone.
Sure.
Thanks.
It's a waffle cone. So, Mr. Milligan, it turns out you have a pretty serious case of mono.
Don't you get that from kissing?
There are other ways you can get it.
How EBV is spread in the bloodstream. After contact with oral secretions, the EBV virus infects the epithelium of the oropharynx and salivary glands. EBV is available to spread throughout the body through the bloodstream and then enters the lymph system to head to the secondary lymph tissue, such as the tonsils. EBV infects B cells that reside inside the lymphoid tissue and cause them to activate T cells through presentation of the EBV antigens. Before infection, the EBV is simply a virus, but now that it has been infected by B cells, it is termed infectious mononucleosis, or IM. T cells then become primarily CD8 cytotoxic cells, but also less commonly CD4 effector cells, which proliferate in the secondary lymph tissue. Because of all the production or activity, swollen glands are symptomatic. The CD8 cells then enter the lymph and bloodstream to find and destroy infected B cells and tissues. The CD4 cells, on the other hand, stimulate healthy B cell activation to produce antibodies and plasma for other immune responses, but are less common and fewer in number. After infection has been contained, memory B cells become the reservoir inside of the body for EBV. The EBV symptoms include fever, fatigue, headache, sore throat, discomfort, lack of appetite, enlarged lymph nodes, enlarged spleen, occasional liver damage. Symptoms can easily be confused with the common cold or flu, and the symptoms can last anywhere from 2 weeks to a year. The incubation period is approximately 4 to 6 weeks. However, this virus is able to spread much faster, which is why there is such a high infectious rate. No special precautions or isolation procedures are recommended, since the virus is also found frequently in the saliva of healthy people. In fact, many healthy people can carry and spread the virus intermittently for the rest of their life. A true account. Amanda becomes infected by kissing her fiancé, who has already been infected by the EBV infectious mononucleosis, but he does not know that he has it. Amanda is enjoying her morning coffee while studying with Francis. Amanda offers some of her coffee to Francis, but doesn't realize that she is spreading Epstein-Barr virus. Francis drinks from Amanda's cup and becomes infected also. While in the bathroom, Francis applies some lip gloss. Melanie asks if she can borrow some of Francis's lip gloss because she left hers up in the classroom. Melanie puts some lip gloss on, and becomes an unknown victim number 3 to EBV. While standing in line for lunch, Melanie sneezes on Nikki, who becomes infected with EBV. Nikki enjoys a snack while Melanie is already feeling effects of infection. Nikki leaves her snack unattended and Andrew spots the yummy goodness. Andrew picks up the delicious goodness and decides not to eat it or not. But we all know how this is gonna end. Not only does Andrew eat the yum-yums, but he shares them with his friends. Unfortunately, by feasting on the chocolate, now they have been exposed to EBV and will become infected. Uh-oh, the boys have been busted from Nikki for eating her snack. A month later, everyone isn't feeling like normal. Instead, they feel feverish. They have a sore throat, and they are very lethargic and fatigued. But like most good pharmacy students, they still come to school.
I wiggle my toes 'cause they don't feel sick. Out of my nose comes a mucus so thick. While all of my friends are having fun at school, I'm hanging out at home with my pillow full of Jewel. Every time I cough, it hurts real bad. I hate being sick, and I'm very sick. I'm sick.
This infection can last from 2 weeks to up to 1 year, while the body persists to fight it off. During the infection, the lymph nodes, especially in the throat and tonsil region, become inflamed. However, it becomes severe, inflammation of the spleen and liver can occur. Social injustice associated to EBV. Though good personal hygiene makes sense, especially among teenagers, the Epstein-Barr virus is everywhere, and exposure to it cannot be entirely avoided. People with mononucleosis do not need to be isolated from others. Economical injustice involving EBV. EBV is non-selective among age, gender, race, or sex. It, however, does seem to be more prevalent in countries that are under development, which was proven by a study done in Nepal, which showed that it was due to poor hygiene, lack of clean water, and proximity to other people. Prevalence. Infection by EBV is usually asymptomatic and occurs during childhood or adolescence. About 90 to 95% of the adult population have evidence of previous infection and have gained adaptive immunity to EBV. Prevention and treatment of EBV. Avoiding infection is difficult, especially since 90 to 95% of the U.S. population is infected. A vaccination is not available, but they do have a drug called acyclovir that can be used to inhibit the replication of EBV. Thus, this makes it variostatic and not curable. No virucidal medication is available. The only real method of prevention is good personal hygiene. We want to thank you for listening to our presentation on Epstein-Barr virus. I'm your host, Mel.
I wiggle my toes 'cause they don't feel sick. Out of my nose comes a mucus so thick. But all of my friends are having fun at school. I'm hanging out at home with my pillow full of Jewel. Every time I cough, it hurts real bad. I hate being sick, and I'm very sick. I'm sick.
Brought to you by McConkey Productions.